Good morning. It's Mrs. Clyde. Today's going to look a little bit different just because I'm going to be making, obviously I'm making a recording of myself right now. And then you'll be watching this in a few hours. And we're going to do our lessons like this just this week while I'm gone. So hopefully it goes well. We haven't tried this before, but I think it'll be good. So you should have turned in and finished Unit 5. Okay, remember that you had the right word quiz that was due to me on Friday. Yesterday, you should have been finishing taking notes. Only a few of you turned in your outline and rough draft to me. So if you did, you had notes for me on it. And yesterday, you had a work day to complete your final draft and turn that in. Okay. So we are starting on Unit 6, Journey to Understanding. It's our last unit and your last unit, at least for English, for this school year. So I bet you are like, yes, I can do this, right? Super positive thinking. For what the next couple of days look like, okay? Today, you're going to turn in 6.0, Understanding for All, and 6.1, Task Analysis, okay? On Wednesday, you're going to submit 6.2, the Mirror Graphic Organizer. And then on Thursday, you're going to submit 6.2b, the Essay Analysis Quiz. Okay, so these are what will be due to me. All right, so 6.0, I'm not going to super cover in depth. It's just the opening, right, of the module. You have this all the time. Your objective will be to gain an understanding of the unit. You're going to do your vocab words and the unit overview. Okay. We are going to focus on 6.1 task analysis. And what's going to happen in this particular module is that you're actually going to be introduced to the writing prompt that you're going to have at the end of this module. Okay, so we're going to look at the writing prompt that you're going to have as the final writing essay for this English class. Okay. All right. So you can go through the interactive. Okay. They're going to start talking to you a little bit about nature, and that's what the module is going to be focusing on. You'll learn that in the unit will be focusing on, and you'll look at that more in 6.0. And specifically about nature, the different types of inspiration that writers get from different natural environments. Okay. So what it's telling you on this first slide, 1 of 5, is that it's talking to you about the different natural environments. So sometimes dangerous terrain, right? And maybe describing this vast desert that is drought and no water and so hard to get through, right? And there's obstacles associated with it. And sometimes those obstacles, if you can't overcome them, lead to death. Some writers write specifically about the natural world and forests, and how beautiful they are, right? And they're full of different flowers and colors and trees and life. Okay, so they juxtapose those two different environments. The unit is juxtaposing the two different environments, and they're going to be talking to you about how writers use one or the other when they're writing to give you different motivations and different inspirations. So on slide 2, you're going to look at the writing prompt. Okay, so our writing prompt for the end of this unit, not this module 6.1, but the end of the whole 6-point unit, it says, have these two authors expressed their relationships with nature? After reading and analyzing Calypso Borealis, an essay by John Muir, and William Wordsworth's poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, write an essay in which you describe how each author views nature and answers the question. Support your discussion with evidence from the text. It's probably kind of like a little bit of a different writing prompt, okay? And I'm not sure if you've even maybe ever read anything by John Muir or William Wordsworth. I will say I actually went to the John Muir Woods, obviously, when I lived in California. They're beautiful. Williams Wordsworth is a much older writer. He is deceased, but you'll come to find out he was quite popular in his day and age. All right, so it says tips you can use. They're just letting you know that anytime in the modules, which you're used to this, right? It says you can, whenever you see like tips you can use, they want you to pay attention, right? It's telling you material that's going to help you with the overall unit writing assignment, right? It says that anytime like you see this, it would be a good idea to copy and paste the tips into a document. Remember, we've gone over like Google Notes, Google Keep. You can use a Google Doc. But you want to have, if you do, a lot of you like to do handwriting notes, which I love, and I still do. So you can use whatever you want, but you're going to want to start keeping some notes that you'll be able to go back to, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks from now, right? As we start to really get into the prompt. And that way you can use them again when you're looking at evidence, okay, to support your idea as you compare the two, right? And again, we won't do that for like, probably I'm thinking a week and a half by the time we get into it. So on slide 3 of 5, it's actually really important because what they're going to do is have you analyze the writing prompt and really break down what is being asked of you. And that is going to directly tie into your assignment for today, okay? So they have your whole writing prompt right here. Again, have these two authors express their relationships with nature after reading and analyzing Calypso Borealis and I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, write an essay in which you describe how each author views nature and answers the question. Maybe you'll come to find out that like one has a really negative relationship with nature. Maybe one has a really positive relationship with nature. Maybe one prefers a particular natural environment over another. Okay, these are the things that we're going to look at. So for this interactive part on slide 3, you're going to, it says, highlight the section of the prompt that states the question you must answer. Select the area when you finish highlighting. So notice as I go through, there's technically 3 sentences in the prompt, right? It's asking me specifically what question. Well, I know that a question ends in a question mark, right? So I'm going to be looking for the question mark, which is pretty easy to spot. It's the first sentence. How, question word, have these two authors expressed their relationships with nature? So I'm going to click into that. Let's look at the next question about our prompt. It says highlight the section of the prompt that states which text you must read. Select the area when you have finished highlighting the correct section. Okay, so I'm looking specifically at what text I should read. Obviously, when they list out who the authors are, those are the ones I'll be picking.